All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is We Love Comics. And this is my mini live comic book auction. Just want to make sure, in case you're watching this after the auction ends, which obviously, if you're doing that right this second, you're not. But I give any of my viewers up to 1 week to be able to contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com for any of the books here that are either unsold or somebody cancels or changes their mind last second and doesn't make a deposit. So you can contact me, as you see right here in the center, at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. Let me go over some of the rules, but while I'm waiting for people to come in, if you want to support my channel, you can go to www.patreon.com/WeLoveComics, and you'll get your name up on this board. Also, if you join my YouTube membership, check that out as well. There's different tier levels that you can join. You'll get your name up here as well. But both of those will also allow you for any of my auctions to get 1 week on average before anybody else can see it, in 2 weeks on average before the auction starts, to be able to make offers on any of the comics, like I said, before anybody else gets to see it. So if you become a paid member of my Patreon, or like I said, my YouTube membership, doesn't matter what level, you can have that option. So if you're somebody that buys from me frequently, you have the advantage that way, so you don't have to worry about being outbid, missing the auction, or ending up getting into a bidding war and spending more than you wanted to. So make sure, if you are thinking about bidding, make sure you put yourself in the live chat and not top chat. Just look where you type, look at the top left-hand corner of that area. You'll see a little section that might either say live chat or top chat. If it's live chat, leave it alone. That's fine. Top chat, just switch it again to live chat. Um, if you are going to be auctioning, if you're going to be bidding, make sure you put in all capital letters. So, example, if it's Amazing Spider-Man 300, which is not in this auction, just write ASM 300 and the price. If it ends up that you reach a limit, just please say fold. So this way we cannot prolong the auction longer than it needs to be. So if there's a little bit of a bidding war, if somebody gets to a point where it's just they've reached their limit, just type in fold. It makes it more easier for everybody. Ways to pay. There are discounts for check, money order, or cash. So if you send me a check or money order, either in full or in payments, because payment plans are available, you'll get anywhere from a 1% to 6% discount, depending on the price. You'll also get half price domestic shipping and a free comic. If you pay by cash, and I've had plenty of people mail cash payments, you can get anywhere from a 2% discount up to a 7% discount, free domestic shipping and handling, and a free comic. And also Venmo and Cash App, you'll get a free comic as a bonus. PayPal, I do accept PayPal, but there are no discounts because they charge me fees. So I'll leave it up to you, which is easier for you. If you pay for any books in full, you get the book within 24 business hours, and I'll ship it out properly. They will be in boxes that are well secured. If you are doing a payment plan, there is a 25% deposit required. Now, if you're somebody that's purchased from me multiple times before and you need to do a little bit less of a deposit, just let me know. Uh, Anybody that has two or more um, unfinished paid payment plans cannot make any further bids on anything new until the other comics are paid off. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, I sell these to pay bills, so I can't hold on to books for people, unfortunately. Um, Key thing to make sure of, because I never thought this would be an issue. Um, if somebody chooses a payment plan and 3 months go by where they don't make their payments, they don't message me, the auction becomes forfeit. So I want to stress that. Please make sure, if you're doing a payment plan, to write it down on a calendar, and every month stay on top of it, because late fees are $25 a month. I have to be strict with that because, unfortunately, in the past there have been people that have taken advantage of that. And like I said, I do this to pay bills, and my credit card companies don't give me any leeway if I can't make a payment. So please understand, it's nothing personal. I'm asking people just to be responsible for their payments, and that's it. Now, if you're somebody that's purchased from me before and you need a week to make a payment, just let me know. Don't just disappear. And like I said, I'm switching it from 6 months to 3 months. If somebody doesn't make a payment within 3 months and doesn't contact me or respond to any of my emails, whatever deposit they left has been forfeited. So I want to make sure I know that people know about that in the beginning. Payment plans, I offer them anywhere from 2 months to 2 years, depending on the price level, and it is no interest. If for some reason you go beyond our contract of whatever time period you needed it by, it's again, it's $30 per month. Every month you're past your date. In other words, if you say you're going to pay for it in 1 year and you don't finish in 1 year, every month after that, it's a $30 fee added on. Again, I just because I can't hold books for 6 years, somebody sends me $1 payment. So if these things are not acceptable, totally understand. You, I just want to try and make sure everybody's happy. So I have to make sure I point these things out. Like I said, some of those I never thought I'd have to add, but I had a few people that just disappeared, and one of the comics actually went down in price, and I can't sell it right now. So it is what it is. But these are all the auction rules. Again, I already talked about most of this stuff. So I'm going to start showing these comics, and then if you are interested in the starting price, just put that price, and again, write the name of the comic. And if somebody wants to outbid it, we'll have a little bidding war. I encourage people to go on eBay and look at the prices of these books, because what I do is I base the starting bidding by looking on eBay for the comic in that specific grade, because all these books are graded books, and I find the lowest one in that grade that was sold, and then I sell it for cheaper. And remember, the price that you see on eBay, they do not add shipping and they do not add the eBay taxes. I don't charge tax. So even if I was selling it at the same price as the last sold lowest price on eBay, you still don't have to worry about adding extra taxes. And so it's still a better deal. I also, like I said, offer the payment plans. I am guaranteed to send them out. So if you're somebody that's purchased from me before, if you want to share your experience and put it in the comment section or in the live chat, by all means, please do. But if you have any other questions, you can always message me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So, any of the unsold books, you have up to 1 week after this auction closes. So until next Sunday at 11:59 p.m. again Eastern time, let me know. And if more than one person asks for the book, whoever, like, whenever let's say a starting price is $1,000, if two people message me and say I'd like that book, whoever gives me the highest amount after that point will be able to own the book. And remember, I package everything perfectly. I bomb proof it. I send it priority mail, and it will be sent perfect. Shipping and handling cost is $22.99. So whatever price you end up doing the auction for, just add the $22.95 at the end. But again, if you do check or money order, you'll get half price shipping, and if you send cash, you get free shipping. So keep that in mind. All right, so with that out of the way, let's say hello to the people that are in the live chat. Nitro says good luck on the auction. Thank you. And by the way, one of the things I always tell people is even if I don't sell any of the books on the live auction, which I've had several occasions where no books were bid on during an entire live auction, um, people buy before and after the auction. So I've never had an auction where I haven't sold anything. So even if you look at this and you see that all 5 books don't sell in the live auction, remember you have up to 1 week afterwards to be able to purchase it from me. Like I tell people all the time, between 95 and sometimes 100% of my sales happen before or after the auction. So I appreciate that, but I want people to know when they watch this, don't worry about me as far as sales, because like I said, I already sold one of them beforehand, and that's the advantage again of joining the either YouTube membership program that I have or the paid Patreon. So we got is it Corey's Collectibles says hello, welcome. Hopefully I got that right. Andrew Jensen says ready for the show. Good to see you all. So let's start with the first book. These all have graders notes, I believe, but I'll go over them to make sure. But the first one, we're starting with a high grade book. We got ourselves Amazing Spider-Man number 46, first appearance of the Shocker in a 9.0 with white pages. Bidding on this book starts at only $799. So, like I say, because I want to make sure everybody's happy, go on eBay, look up, and I'll show the back. And of course, there's greatest notes, and I'll read that. You can see how nice and clean this book is. But I always say, look up an Amazing Spider-Man number 46 and a 9.0. Find the lowest one that was sold that was graded, that wasn't a UK variant or restored or qualified or anything, because this is not restored, it's not qualified, this is complete. And you'll see that my starting price of $799 is lower than the cheapest one sold on eBay. Unless, of course, something happened in the past hour that I'm unaware of. But you're talking $799 for, again, a 9.0 with white pages. Origin and first appearance of the Shocker. Now, this does have greatest notes. You can see the greatest notes are on the top of this one. This is when I first came up with the idea with PGX before they perfected it and fixed this label. So this is a very early trial version of the greatest notes, but I want to read these. So if you're interested in this, you could just put ASM 46 and the starting price of $799, or you could bid higher if you want to keep other people from potentially getting into a bidding war. But the greatest notes are very light 2-inch crease on back cover, uh, edge crease on front cover, minor edge wear, and multiple very minor stress lines along the spine. And that is it on this one. Kevin Cornett says, everyone, first time to watch live. Welcome. I appreciate that. I do auctions once every probably 3 or 4 months. I did one about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I had somebody back out on one of the comics, and a couple of other people just disappeared with making payments after months of trying to get in touch with them. So I relisted some. So I figured instead of just, reselling one book, I added a couple. So we'll give this about 30 seconds. If you're looking for a nice high grade book, and if anybody, like I said, if you think $799 is expensive for this book, go look up what these sell for and what they've sold for, and you'll see I always check, and I'm selling it cheaper than you can get it on eBay. Remember, already graded, so you don't have to worry about all the costs it costs to buy a raw book, getting it pressed and dry clean, waiting months at a time to get your book. So I'll give it another 10 seconds and we'll move on to the next book. And if this does not sell during the live auction, you can contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com and you can own this book for the low starting price of $799. So, Amazing Spider-Man 9.0, 46 going once, going twice, and no sale on that one, so that's okay. So if you're watching this later on, you can contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com anytime up until, right after this video uploads to next Sunday, which is what is next Sunday? Let me just make sure. Next Sunday, the 26th. So you have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on the 26th to be able to purchase that. All right, next up, put on the video camera. Starting bidding on this book is $1,299. This is a key book, ladies and gentlemen. It is a low grade, but when it comes to some key books, they're not going to be cheap. And again, I encourage people to look these up. Now, this, like you can see, it's a 1.8 grade. Most of the damage that makes it look bad is on the back. So if you're going to hang it up on a wall, you don't see that. But this is Action Comics number 27. This is the first ever cover appearance of Lois Lane. And Brian Hood is here. So far, you've only missed the first comic, Amazing Spider-Man number 46. If you need me to go back to that one, I can do it after this one, so just put it in the comments section. But you only missed the first one so far. This is the second comic. So welcome, Brian. Good to see you. So again, now there is no restoration or anything. It just has some tape along the spine. And also somebody repaired it with tape. I mean, who knows how many years ago. So you're talking very early Action Comics number 27. This came out in 1940. And again, this is the first ever cover appearance of Lois Lane. So the starting bidding on this key Golden Age book, $1,299. This book would qualify for up to a 9-month payment plan if you need it, which, of course, like I said, no interest. So if you want to add a more affordable, lower grade key comic, because when you're talking 5.0s of this book and higher, you're talking multiples of thousands of dollars. So this is a chance to where I say all the time, low grade is better than no grade, because whether this is a 1.8, a 0.5, or a 9.8, you still own this book. So I encourage people to look it up. So I will read the greatest notes. You could see this happened a little bit later because they adjusted the labeling to make it look a lot nicer. So we have multiple stress lines along the spine. Obviously, with a book that old, somebody had to have read it. Significant cover edge and spine wear, which I've shown. Multiple chips. So again, it is a lower grade book, but it's a way to make it very affordable, or at least more affordable than higher grade options. So if you're interested in a very early Superman, with the first ever cover appearance of Lois Lane in a very early Action Comics. Here's your chance to get it at $1,299. Again, if you need a payment plan, up to 9 months, no interest. So we'll give it about another 10 seconds. Because like I say, I encourage people to look this up. So like I said, yeah, the back doesn't look that wonderful. But I mean, when you have it slabbed, you're going to have the front showing. So, I mean, it looks like somebody tore it at one point and they taped it. But hey, that's what you're going to get when you're talking lower grades. So, Action Comics 27. Going once, going twice, and no sale on that one. I'm going to put the auction rules for anybody that didn't see them beforehand. And again, if you're watching this later on, you can contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. If you're interested in getting that book, you have up until next Sunday, the 26th, until 11:59 p.m. Next one to go, we got ourselves very key book. We have Supergirl about to be out in the movie theaters. So this is Action Comics 252. First appearance of Supergirl in a 2.0 grade. Now, the biggest reason this has a 2.0, where is it? There was some bug chew, but of course it doesn't affect the story or anything. So minor bit of bug chew there. But overall, the colors in the cover present incredibly well. And I'm selling this before the movie, not after. Now, also, there's another minor significant thing because you can see the PGXs in the center. This was the first of the first 4 books to get greatest notes ever placed on the back of the slab. So this one, I even put that down on here. So the bidding starts in this book at $1,599. You can get 9 months to pay for it with no interest to be able to own a very key book. First appearance of Supergirl. And again, go look up the prices of these books. I go on eBay, I look for the books in this grade, I find the lowest one that was sold, and then I sell it for cheaper. And again, remember, there is no eBay taxes, so you're saving about $50 to $75 extra. And of course, no coupons taken out, nothing missing, not restored. It is complete. Chance to get a very iconic cover of the first appearance of Supergirl before the movie comes out. $1,599. So we'll give it about 30 seconds, and of course, I will read the graders note. So, like I said, when I gave the idea to Daniel Patterson, the owner of PGX, um, about the graders notes, I sent in 4 comics. I don't remember which ones were the other ones, but this was one of the 4. And you could go back on my channel all the way back to see it, to prove that I'm not making it up. But this is the first book to have graders notes on the back of the slab. All right, so we got Action Comics 252 and a 2.0, $1,599. First appearance of Supergirl, creamed off-white pages. This came out in 1959. Let me read the grader's notes. Multiple stress lines along the spine. Basically, that means people read it over the years. Cover edge and spine wear. Moderate bug chew, which I showed. Side edge. Staining back cover. So definitely for a 2.0, presents pretty darn well. Here's your chance to be able to purchase this and add it to your collection. Going once, going twice, and that book will be available for sale up to 1 week from today. You can contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. You can see right in the center where the PayPal section is in the middle. That's my email address. So you can contact me there if you're interested in that book. And again, if more than one person inquires about that book, whoever makes the highest bid from the starting point will get that book. All right, this is the whole reason for this whole little mini auction, because this sold in my last auction, but the person unfortunately had to back out due to the postal service. He sent a check twice, and the first time it never showed up, but it was because he forgot to add something to the address. And the second time it just disappeared for about a week, but it finally arrived. But at that point he canceled the check, and he basically wanted to give up at that point. I mean, it is what it is. But I guess for me, I mean, with the TV show doing incredibly well, because that auction was before the TV show started airing. This book is continuously going up and higher and higher. And this, I've always said, is one of the more underrated first appearance #1 comics in the Silver Age out of all of the major characters in the Marvel Universe. So we got ourselves complete, unrestored, nothing missing. Daredevil #1. Bidding starts at only $1,649. This will qualify for a 9-month payment plan if you need it. Now, this does not have greatest notes. You can see the biggest problem is there's a piece missing there, but the good thing is it's on the back. So you don't have to worry if you're hanging this up on your wall, seeing the back of this book. But this book is getting more and more expensive. It's a 1.8 with off-white pages. This is the first appearance, of course, of Daredevil in his yellow banana suit. First appearance of Foggy Nelson and Karen Page. Bidding starts at only $1,649. If you were to look on eBay right now, there is a 1.8 qualified for sale for $1,487 plus tax plus shipping. This is not restored, it's not qualified. So here's a chance to be able to get Daredevil #1. Had a couple of people actually ask me about this book, but no one sent any deposits. So this book is available. And like I said, with the TV show, and by the way, they have approved a season 3. This book is going to continue to rise. So if it ends up it doesn't sell, I have no problem holding on to this book and continue to watch it go up, because this book has gone up about $500 since the last auction. So unfortunately, the person that decided to cancel it, I mean, there could have been multiple reasons why, but I mean, they just lost an instant $400 to $500 value instantly. But I'm going to honor if somebody can't make their payments, or they just decide to change their mind before they sent the initial payment. So go look this up there, ladies and gentlemen. Daredevil #1. If people want the big boy books, this is one of them. $1,649. No eBay taxes. Remember that, because you're talking, depending on your state, could be anywhere from 6% to up to, I think, like California's like 9% interest. So you're talking If you lived in California, the taxes alone on this book would be roughly about 135 to $140. So Daredevil, this one does not have graders notes because I got this one slab before I came up with that idea. But it is complete. There is no coupons missing. You can see, even for a low grade book, presents pretty well on the front cover. Like I said, the biggest reason for that 1.8 is what's going on in the back, but most people don't care about the back. I mean, if the back was missing, that's a whole nother story. But Daredevil number one, 1.8, $1,649. Going once, going twice, and all right. So that is not sold. So that gives somebody that's watching this later on the opportunity of a lifetime to be able to order a Daredevil number one, first appearance of Daredevil, and you could get up to a 9-month payment plan with no interest. Obviously, if you pay for it in full, you get it right away. But I mean, it's a way to be able to afford a book and make it easier for somebody in their price range. All right, last book, ladies and gentlemen. Same book, a little bit higher grade. This is Action Comics number 252, first appearance of Supergirl in a much nicer looking, for only point 0.5 higher. This is much brighter colors. Bidding starts at $1,799. This does not have grader's notes because I got this one graded before I came up with the idea of the grader's notes added. It has cream to off-white pages. This came out in 1959. It is also the first appearance of Metallo. I did not know that. So nice 2.5. Let me show the back so you can see no coupons, no missing pages. It actually looks a lot nicer than the 2.5 grade. So this might be something possibly worth sending in to get regraded. And if it came back a 3.0, you just made an extra profit, really pretty much doing nothing. So again, go look this up. Look up first appearance of Supergirl, Action Comics 252 on eBay in the 2.5, and you'll see I sell these for cheaper. And again, I don't add eBay taxes. So I'm going to make this relatively quick because it seems the people are not interested in these books, at least watching right now, and that's perfectly fine. So we have Action Comics 252, $1,799. Going once, going twice, and that will conclude this auction. That means all of the books that you've seen on this auction will still be available for purchase up until the 20. Again, let me double check. I want to make sure I say the right date. Up until the 26th. So next Sunday until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. All of the books are still available for sale. So if you're interested in them, it would be at the minimum of the starting bid that I started it as, unless, like I said, more than one person ask for that book. Then it would be whoever does the highest amount from there. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for watching. We'll see what happens because, like I say, there's many times where I sold zero during the live auction, which this time is one of them, and I've still had sales. So, you have the chance to contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. All books will be available, none sold now. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And don't forget, it's not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com once you rewatch this video for any unsold comics, and you